Hello peeps and peepettes, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making a chocolate birthday cake for one of my colleagues at the high school. Let's get into it. On screen right now are all the ingredients that you'll need. Maybe take a screenshot so you won't forget later. First we'll start with our water, and into it we'll put in the cocoa powder and the instant coffee powder. We're doing this to bloom both of the cocoa powder and the coffee so that it doesn't clump up in our mixture. We're just going to mix them together until they're nice and smooth and looking like this. Very shiny right there. And next we'll be adding our milk into the mixture as well. Then we add the oil and we're just going to mix it again. Next we're going to grab our flour and our cornstarch. Just dump it all in, and our baking soda and baking powder in there as well. Give it a good whisk, make sure everything is well combined. In a separate bowl, we'll do our wet ingredients this time. First, we come in with 1 whole egg, and then the sugar, and we whisk it together once again. After whisking for a while, our mixture should look like that. And here is when we put in our blue mixture of cocoa powder and coffee powder from earlier. Time to give it another whiskey. You don't have to go too gentle here, but you don't want to go too hard so that it eliminates all the air that you whipped in earlier. After the mixture is smooth, this is where you can add in your dry ingredients from earlier. You already know what to do. We're going to whisk this up once again. Make sure to not go too hard so that the flour would go everywhere. Alright, after mixing for a few minutes, you should end up with a smooth and glossy mixture. Alright, I have my batter ready. I have my baking pan, which is a 4x3, and I put a little bit of wax paper on the bottom and spray the inside with Pam. I will be using a scale to measure out how much batter I put in each cake pan so that I have 2 even cakes. And as you'll see in just a minute, that did not help at all. Alright, next we'll make the frosting for the cake. You'll just need some sugar, cocoa powder, and whipping cream. So first we're going in with the sugar and then the cocoa powder, and we'll just combine these two together first so that they're well mixed together. Then we'll go in with the whipping cream, and we'll want to whip this on a 1 or 2 for about 10-ish minutes or until it becomes frosting consistency. Alright, after 10-ish minutes, your mixture should come out looking like that. I think I could have gone a little bit more here so that my frosting is a little bit stiffer, but that's alright. Alright, after 25 minutes in a 340 or 170C oven, the cakes are ready. I'll be loosening it up with a knife, and then I'll dump it onto the cooling rack. Make sure to remove the little piece of parchment paper that you put on the bottom. I did not, so I had to go back here and remove it. But afterwards, just let your cake sit on the cooling rack for a while. Alright, so after you got your 2 cakes ready and cooled, this is where you want to cut off your cake. I'm just using a serrated knife. If you have a cake leveler, I highly recommend using that. So I'm taking a little bit off the top right here, and then I'm slicing it down in the middle. Hindsight is 20/20. I should have used a cutting board, and I should have cut the cake way better than this. As you can see, I'm missing the center right there and ended up making 2 uneven slices. But that's alright, I can always go back and fix it a little bit later. Alright, time to assemble the cake. First I'll put some frosting down on the plate and put the first layer down. Then just put some frosting on top and spread it out pretty smoothly and evenly. Then repeat the process with a second layer, once again putting some frosting on and spreading it out evenly. Taking your time, making sure it looks good. The third layer is going on. Once again, you know the drill. Put some frosting down, spread it around. Then we got our last layer. Once again, we want to put some frosting on top, but this time you can be pretty generous with your layer because you use this frosting to frost the sides of the cake as well. Add some frosting to the side and then gently use your knife, or if you have an offset spatula, that works better, and just smooth out the frosting on the side of the cake. Now this is a good time to mention that I'm making this cake for my colleague at school. It's Miss Rave. She teaches English and she loves everything Gothic. So I'm going to make this cake black. Now I did not get black food coloring from the store, so I will have to make do with this spray paint or color black spray, which is edible. Alright, I went ahead and grabbed some packing paper I had lying around so that the black spray paint doesn't get on my counter. I will be giving it a very light dusting, just enough so it turns black all around. You can see that the spray paint is working its charm here, although it doesn't make the entire frosting black. It makes the outside look black, which is good enough for what I'm going for. As you see here, it does make the plate go black as well, so I will have to change that out for another plate in a little bit. Mission success! Now it's time to write on the cake or decorate it. I'm just using some writing gel. Here, this footage is sped up 7 times because, as you can see, blurry, my arms are very shaky and I do not have the best handwriting, so this did take a really long time. I'm just writing happy birthday Miss Rave along with her birthday, which is the 2nd of May on the cake. Once again, this footage is sped up 7 times and it's still this slow, so you can tell how shaky and how nervous I was about writing. Alright, but after a while the process is done. It says happy birthday Miss Rave 0502. Here's the birthday party. We have some pizza, Capri Sun, and of course my cake. Something happened during transit, so I had to fix the cake so it doesn't look like it was, but it should still be fine. Here is me cutting the cake. Look at that slice, so many layers, looks great. I'm sure it tasted great, to me at least. I think the other teachers said it's good. There's the lovely Miss Rave. Overall, I think it went pretty well. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next video. Bye!